What up, grinders and grinders? It's your guy, the Black Abstract. You're locked in once again, and I appreciate you for listening. I'm feeling very, very Buffalo Bills today, but I want to talk about a story that I saw came across my desk. It's about a shooting out in Arvada, Dallas. I believe I said that correctly. Um, yeah, or Arvada, Denver. I'm sorry, Arvada, Denver. They had an incident where there was a police shooting um, by a suspect who I guess was anti-police. And then he happened to be shot by a just a regular civilian. I guess he had his gun license, saw what happened, decided to take matters into his own hands, winds up shooting the suspect because the suspect was gearing up, I believe, to go on a mass shooting. And then ultimately, when police officers pulled on the scene, the guy who actually shot the suspect picked up the guy's AR. They mistook him. They had a mistaken identity. They thought he was the suspect, and he wound up getting killed. So imagine that, doing a good thing, and then as a reward, you wind up getting killed for it. But let's take a look at the video, or at least what they have of video, and to get a better understanding of what's going on. All right, so this is the officer, Beasley, I believe his name was. He's walking, I guess, to look for the suspect. The suspect is right here pulling up though, so he's completely oblivious to him. See, the suspect gets out with a pistol. I believe it's an AR. He's running up. Two pedestrians see him. By the time they notice, it's too late. So he turns around, he shoots him. They blur that part out. Obviously, the civilians run. Um, yeah, sad, man. Yeah, he shot the officer. Officer's laying down there. The suspect running back to his car. Looked like I don't know if he swapped out guns or if he reloaded or grabbed another one. What did he do? Let's take a look at what he did. Looked like he swapped out. So maybe he emptied a clip. I'm not sure what he did. Or if these two different guns. You can't really see. And then he's headed somewhere. So a lot of people assume he was going like on a mass shooting. I don't know if he was aiming particularly at police officers, but he was going to shoot somebody up. They believe he was going on a killing spree, and thankfully, Johnny Hurley, who was held by police as a hero for shooting and killing the gunman, they say had killed one officer. Um, he shot the gunman who they say killed one officer and expressed hatred for police in a Denver suburb. But when another officer rushed in and responded and saw Hurley holding the suspect's AR-15, he shot Hurley, killing him. Police revealed Friday. Uh, Sad situation, man. Sad situation. Like I said, imagine you going to help somebody and this happens. You know what I'm saying? Man, rest in peace to that young man. Who rest in peace to the officer as well. This is a tragic situation. I'm not sure why he got picked up. He might have been picking it up to move it from the suspect, and you know, on the split second, stuff like this could happen. You pull into a scene unbeknownst to what's going on. All you hear is an officer may have been shot. You see somebody with a gun. Automatically, you're going to assume this guy shot him. You probably see the other suspect on the ground thinking that he shot him as well. So, like I said, in a split of a second, from the time he shot him, he could have just picked the AR up to move it over to make sure he didn't know if he was fully dead. It's just so many variables with this situation, man. So I don't really fault the police. Um, even though, yeah, I mean, obviously, the officer did it, but like I said, it's hard to gauge that. You know what I mean? Especially we don't have videos, so It's just an unfortunate situation, man. The thing we do have to be thankful for is that the fact that I guess more lives were not taken as a result of this gunman whose name is what is this dude's name? Troyak is his last name. Ronald Troyak. Troiki. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. Police had not previously confirmed Hurley's role or say who shot him. In a video posted Friday, police chief described Hurley as a hero whose actions likely saved lives. He didn't offer an apology, but called Hurley's death by a responding officer equally tragic to Beasley's killing. The threat to our officers and our community was stopped by a hero named Johnny Hurley. Strait said, Johnny's actions can only be described as decisive, courageous, and effective in stopping further loss of life. In a separate statement, the Nevada Police Department said, finally, it is clear that the suspect bears responsibility for this tragic sequence of events. The unnamed officer's shooting of Hurley is being investigated by a team of other area law enforcement officials led by the district attorney's office. The district attorney will use the findings to decide whether the officer was justified using deadly force or whether the officer should be charged with a crime. Oh, I didn't see this part. More than likely, he won't be charged. The officer has been placed on administrative leave pending investigation. Police say Beasley was targeted because he was a Nevada police officer. The department on Friday released excerpts from a document written by Troik in which he said he planned to kill as many Arvada police officers as he could, seeing his actions as a way to hold police accountable. We the people were never your enemy, but we are now, he said. About 40 minutes into the shootings, Troik's brother called police asking for them to check on him because he said his brother was going to do something crazy. Beasley and another officer tried finding Troy at his home near downtown, but were able to, police said. A teenager then called police to report a suspicious person. An older man who walked up made a weird noise and showed him a condom. That's the call Beasley was responding to when he was shot and killed. Hurley's family issued a statement late Friday saying they were thankful for the support from the city and police and were waiting for the outcome of the third-party investigation into the shooting that killed the 40-year-old. Man, 40 years old. Listen, I always wonder this because I work with people, and also I'm a gun owner, and in New York State it's completely different. But I had conversations with coworkers and people, and it was like, yo, if you ever saw something going down, what would you do? Like, how would you help, or like, because it's so tricky with New York State. You know what I mean? Like, if to use deadly force against somebody in protection of your own self, you have to be damn near on the verge of dying. That's just how they describe it. You got to be damn near critically wounded in order to use deadly force to take down someone. And I'm like, that's nuts. But that's just the law here, man. It's very gun laws are very strict here in New York State. It takes you about a year to get a gun if you don't know anybody, and if you do know somebody, maybe 3 to 6 weeks. That's just if you know somebody, or 3 to 6 months, I should say. But I don't know. We'll see how this plays out. More than likely, it'll be a lawsuit settlement for the wrongful death of Hurley. Unfortunate. Like I said, rest in peace to both the gentleman, officer, and Hurley. And thankfully, no more people were killed, man. Let me know. Post your comments below. Peace.